Hello, internet's Sir Mutton here. Welcome back from the holidays. Hope you all had some good times or some fun. We're getting right back into things as I promised. I'm a little late, but we've got some footage here of Guck. Now it's not Lower Guck. I apologize for that. Maybe I misremembered. I don't know, but here it is nonetheless. We got some froggies, and actually, you'll be pleased to know that I just went to Lower Guck the other night. Uh, Apparently, I don't have a social life, so no, I kind of canceled things and decided, oh hell, let's go to Lower Guck. I went with a couple people instead of going out to some random bar or whatnot, and well, I had some nerd fun, and so yeah, that will be in the distant future, not too far. I'm going to be uploading more frequently. But here we go. We've got some froglocks around. We just passed the scryer area right here. There we go. Got a little ahead of myself. Yeah, that's the scryer room. And we're gonna go down. Now I had not really been in here too much beforehand. I did not know where I was going. Certainly had not been to Lower Guck. And so this is all Greek to me. I'm pretty much out of my element. You're out of your element, Donnie. Lubowski. And yeah, so I had to kind of trust everyone, and here I am. I'm the puller. They pretty much didn't tell me anything. Yeah, he just said, "All right, get out there." Can I have a layout of the land? I really did not consult the EQ Atlas maps any before this. I didn't really have a lot of time. It was just kind of, on a whimsy. Hey, let's go do this. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, kind of tagged along, and well, in over my head, but I think I managed fine for the most part. Had a few hairy moments, and well, you'll see those soon enough. But yeah, I'm holding my own for the most part. We've got a full group here. Now I am the tank, not ideal as I'm the monk, but there's only a bard in the group that could possibly be the other tank. There's a rogue standing right in front of me, as you can see, and there's the bard. The wood elf is the bard, and that's about it. We've got heals, and we've got Druid there. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G is the healer. That's some name right there, I tell you. And actually, Vishan is also a cleric, I believe, as well. So we're clericed up. We've got our heals, and we're set for the most part. And it's not the most ideal group, but in a pinch, it'll get the job done. So yeah. And I wanted to talk about something real quick because it came up the other day, and people were actually pretty vehement about it, and they're pretty opinionated. And it always kind of baffles me because it occurred in original EverQuest as well. Here I am running, getting my ass handed to me. Oh god! Without J boots, you really can't get away from anything unless you're sewed. And I don't know why I didn't get sewed. That's strange. That's right, because you can't cast sew in a dungeon. Yeah, I should have gotten sew beforehand though. Yeah, hindsight, 2020. Anyhow, as I was saying, it's a pretty contentious, conversation. People talk about asking before you inspect someone. You right-click and you look at their items. And a lot of people are like, no, you shouldn't do it. And I have a big problem with that. And I'm on the other side, sort of. I mean, I kind of see where you'd be a little irritated by it. But me, I really couldn't care less for the most part, So what I kind of do now is kind of an EQ etiquette. Is I just say, hey, can I expect? And usually people say, yeah, And you do have those occasional moments where someone's really anal. And they're just like, no, I'm gonna be anal retentive and say no, and you can just piss off because I'm pretentious. But whatever. That's their right, I guess. I don't know. It is. That was the argument, though. It is a function of the game. Maybe they should have made it so that you could disable that function, kind of like you can slash anon or slash roleplay, so people don't know your race or your class or your level, or they have a harder time figuring it out by conning you. So I don't know. It's pretty strange. I guess it kind of just you chalk it up to how you view life. Because some people are saying, well, the only reason why the only reason why they'd be inspecting you is to judge you. I was kind of like, well, I don't really do that. Usually if I'm inspecting someone, it's if I can give them something, or if they have a really cool item that looks awesome and I don't know what it is, which is 9 times out of 10. Because I'm pretty ignorant about most of the cool fat loots, as they call it. So, I don't know. And that's one of those things, I don't know where everyone else stands on it. It's pretty interesting to hear people's opinions. For the most part, I really couldn't care whether you do or don't like to be inspected because, well, I'm pretty respectful for the most part. And in the end, it's a game, and it's to be enjoyed. So I try not to step on anyone's toes per se, and just have some fun. And in the end, I'm not really that interested in what you have on or what you're playing with. Didn't sound right. What you have equipped, I should say. I just rather prefer to see you in action. Again, it's real kind of sounds like an innuendo. We're gonna move on. So yeah. The other differences in EverQuest were what server you were on, and I grew up, should I say, on Tunar. That was my server, or Tunari, however you pronounce it. It's again one of those deals with EverQuest. How does it sound? How did you pronounce it? And yeah, there weren't too many differences with the servers, as I remember. Now I know there was a European server, which I believe was Antonius Bale. I believe I went on there once, and that was pretty funny because I didn't understand a damn thing anyone was saying. Uh, but it was still interesting. If you ever want to learn a language, I guess you can force yourself into something like that, or just go to a different country. And then there were the PvP servers. I believe Rallosec was the unadulterated PvP. It was just like, clusterfuck. It was just everyone on each other, and you gotta duke it out, and last man standing kind of deal. And then I think it was Talon and Valence that were race PvP. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know that the little people were in a group, if I remember right, and the darkies and the evils were in a group, and then you had the kind of the neutrals, kind of foggy and all that. Because again, I'm not a PvPer. I can't do the man dance, as they say. And I'll admit to being a noob for the most part. I'm still learning the ropes, which is kind of sad because I played it for a long time. A lot of ults. I suffered from ultitis. I think a lot of people did. Maybe not as bad as me, but, well, they're in the same group. And then of course, Test Server, which was like the coolest and weirdest server out there. It was the Twilight Zone. Anything that was going to be possibly implemented, I can pronounce words, anything that was going to be implemented, or had the possibility of being implemented, was first brought on to the test server. It was kind of like the prototype. And so there was a lot of weird stuff going on there. And that's always interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't really met too many people from Tunar server. I met a few on some forums a long time ago, but none in the game so far on Project 99, which is kind of sad. But I don't know. It wasn't the smallest server. It was a substantial good server. I liked it. A lot of good guilds on there. I think I was in Bronze Dragon Fellowship. I don't remember. It was a while ago. A decade can do things to the mind you just couldn't have imagined beforehand. So yeah, back to the action of Guck here. We're right by the dead zone right here, the undead zone, I should say. But we're not high enough in level. And so yeah, we're just waylaying these Froglocks, getting the job done. I didn't bother splitting pools since we had a bard to mez. Plus, I'm not really, well, I wasn't then good at pooling. I'm starting to actually learn it. It's pretty fun if you can do it just right. A little finagling, a little pathing issue here or there. I've been shown a few tricks now and then, and well, it's kind of interesting to work the whole thing out, and I'm having a lot of fun. Alright, are we gonna kill him? Come on. Come on. Come on. It's taking its time. Yeah, that's the thing when you all kind of form a conga line behind a fleeing mob. It's, well, it's a sight to see. It's kind of like fear kiting. If you have somebody to snare and then you instill doubt or you fear, and then you have all these meleeers behind the mob just chasing it, wailing on it. It's kind of a funny sight to see. There's actually a quest, and I don't remember which Karana zone it was in, but I want to say it was in North Karana. There's, again, there's a conga line, but it's of NPC characters. There's like a barbarian, a halfling, and a human, and a half-elf, or something like that. And they're all like running in a row, one after the other. And I don't know where they're going, but it's for a quest. I'll have to look it up, and I'll link it below. I don't know. I gotta look into that. There's some weird things, and they just added it to the server as well. So, I don't know. I'm going to check them all out. It's funny, weird things like that. There's a lot of Easter eggs in the game, so I'm sure there's some kind of quip in there about something that I'm unaware of at the moment. So, yeah. Nope. Yep. Getting all over the place. Oh, God. I am learning. I am learning. This game is, well, it certainly throws you left hooks here and there. And, well, this is when feign death really is helpful. You get nuked for 143 and you get beaten down. You really, you gotta, well, you gotta take the coward's way out. And, well, that's not necessarily the coward's way out, but it's like distant cousin of the coward's way out. And well, I'm not a coward, but I'll resort to coward tactics if I have to. You know, rogues are the same way. They'll just hide immediately, which is actually a really cool trick. I always wanted to try a rogue, but I don't know. I just can't stand the fact that you can't kind of tank. With monks, you can, if something turns on you, you can kind of hold your own, and then you're pretty okay if something goes wrong. As long as feign death doesn't fail, you're all right. But yeah, I got dotted. It is always nice. And I should have a kind of a little notary thing there in my effects area, I think. Kind of like, you have a debuff there or whatnot. Something that's negative, an opposite of a buff, should show up, I think. That way you have an idea. But maybe poison is just not one of them. But I was poisoned. And it was not fun. I thought I was going down. And I certainly wasn't going to stand back up because I didn't know if they were going to grow me. Because pathing is pretty interesting in Guck and in Unrust on this server. There's some kinks to work out, and it makes it a lot harder because you don't know. Something could just pop through a wall and start beating on you. And oh man, when you have that, that possibility looming over you, it's just not a good moment. And I don't like dungeons to begin with. I do like the fat loot. I'll tell you that. But well, I could really pass on the whole getting wailed on out of nowhere thing. So yeah, we're about ready to wrap things up here. Apologize for it being so late. This is the new formed group. We kind of we lost a few, we picked up a few. We got a little midget ogre there. He's got a shrink potion on him. I want to get shrunken. It'll happen for me one of these days. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy the holidays again, whichever ones you celebrate. To be politically correct here. So yeah, tune in for a little bit more videos on the way, and then we'll move on to some other zone. I don't remember which one, but yeah. Until then, well, be nice to frogs in real life, and all animals for that matter, and well, enjoy being an animal yourself. You are a human animal. I always like that song. I don't know, kind of a dork like that, I guess. I don't know. It has all the answers to life in one little ditty. Yeah. So anyways, I'll stop rambling and acting like an idiot and sounding like a boob. And yeah, we'll get on to part 2.